no, I didn't make this up. And of course, everybody loves fat ass black kids because for some reason, fat ass black kids make you feel better about yourself. Look at these fat fuckers. Y'all don't give a damn who kids they are. They fat as fuck. And they need to go and lose some damn weight. But let me show y'all what Sean King, Talcum X, wrote. Talcum X wrote, 1, I love this. 2, I love black people. 3, I'm for real going to watch this right before I go on stage and speak from now on. Wait, what? Okay, so wait a minute. This white man can run around saying how much he loved black people and there's no issue. But if I went around and said how much I love white people, I'd be called a coon. Let's say it again. This white man can say how much he loved black folks. But if I said how much I love white folks, I'd be called a coon. Can somebody make this make sense? Can somebody help a brother out? I just need a little help. Anybody got an answer for this? So y'all want to see what the little fat ass black kids was doing? Go on, let's take a look and see what he was so psyched about these little fat ass black kids doing. Okay, I got to cut the music off because I know it's probably going to cut my thing off. But y'all look at them. They yelling, yay, yay, they chimping out. Ah, chimp out. Dum, 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 dum. Let's freak this cheat. Chimp out. Dum, 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 dum. All that fat got you down. Got your splits all over the ground. This child is fat. She eat too much. But black folks don't give a fuck. Ah, chimp out. Boom, 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 boom. This freak, this sheep. That's what it is. That's Gabby. That's a young Gabby Sibiday. That's a young. Why the fuck would any Negro in his right mind give a shit that a Mexican family has been separated? This is a message for the Negroes. You shouldn't give a shit what happens to Mexican families. When they across the border, fuck them. They got a government. They got a country. That's who should take care of them. Can I get an amen? Don't give a shit about what happened to Mexican families. Why would black people give a shit? Black people, you too stupid. Soon as Mexicans move into your neighborhood, they kick your ass out. Why do you think Mexicans your homeboys? And they up here trying to convince black folks to give a shit about Mexicans. Well, I say this to you, Mexican crossing the border. I don't give a shit. I don't care if 9 ICE agencies come up and take your punk ass right back and separate your asses and take each one of y'all back once a year like a fucking Christmas present. They bring back the brother, Feliz Navidad. They bring back the next cousin next year, Feliz Navidad. I don't care. As a matter of fact, I am the vanilla ice of Border Patrol. Do, 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 do. Ice, ice, baby. Ice, stop. Get your shit and go back. We Americans and we don't play that. Something lets me know you illegal. So I'ma go and call my people. Dance at the border and the wall. We gonna make sure y'all ass have to crawl home to Mexico City. I know all the Mexican shitty. Dance while you going up. Ice, ice, baby. Let's call Ice, baby. Yeah. Ice, ice, baby. Call them. We need to call Ice every time we see him. Try to cross our borders daily and nightly. Will they ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and watch them go to the extreme. I write some Mexican like a candle. I ain't shit. I'm calling Ice, Ice, baby. So I said, screw a wall, build an electrical fence. We don't need no fence, just people with guns. You hire them every day. You just sit around there just shooting every day. But don't sit here and listen to this people talk about you're separating families. All the meth labs, when they go and raid them, they separated families. Do you think America really gives a shit that we're separating families? That's what bothers me the most. We're separating families. What? In America, we do some. I just said put some minefields out there. But I want you guys to think about it. America's the last place that gives a shit about separating families. We got places in Vegas where you could go and get married within a couple minutes and get a divorce right after that. Nobody cares. At least about American families, because they're going out of their ways to destroy liberals and all of you leftists. You need to start asking yourself, why do we care more about foreign families who are actually breaking laws that we have? Listen, foreign families who are actually breaking laws that we have, and yet these same people have no problem walking up in your house and separating you from your kids. Did I say something wrong? I want y'all to see this minstrel show that was put on by these three actors. This is not real. These three people are actors. The one on the left is not an activist. She will act a bitch. This is fake. This is theater. This is bread and circuses. Made to make you feel empathy for those who aren't American while hating America. You want to have hatred for America, the place that you live. The place that gives you the freedom to do all this dumb shit. You want to sign and be cool with people who don't like you. They don't like you. And somebody in the comment section said, and so is Fox News. Amen. Y'all heard me talk about Fox the same way I talk about the other one. They are fake. These people get on television. That's why your best bet is to watch somebody like me who don't give a fuck. I call them all. I don't call one side. I call them all. I'm not on any side. MSNBC is a piece of shit. I was sad when I saw it was still on. At least the other two get their theater is relatively entertaining. When's the last time y'all see me put MSNBC on anything? Who's the last motherfucker watched MSNBC? No one watches this. I'm going to let y'all hear this again.
And let me just say this. If this is going to be called a great debate, Chris, my expectation would be that the other debater does not continue to repeat oneself in expectation for us to finally agree. The bottom line is this. This is not right. It is inhumane. And for Ivanka to say at first this was a low point and then to defend the policy means it in fact was not a low enough point. And all I'm saying to you is simply this. You can't say that I'm against separating families and then in the other breath say, but they shouldn't be coming here to begin with and they're going to be separated until they are deported and then their parents are deported without them. What do you say to the 463 families who have been, or the 463 adults who've been deported without their children? How do you explain that? How do you justify that? How do you at all say that that is humane behavior? What is the explanation for that?
Jason? Well, yeah, Chris, and I just respond to what Angela said a moment ago. If we are going to call this the great debate, then don't put me on with someone who's just part of the open border crew who just wants to essentially not have any border.
First of all, let's be very clear. Let's be very clear.
To answer the question,
I can't wait to search your genealogy and see if you have any illegal immigration in your family child. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. You've never once asked me if I'm for open borders. You've never once asked me that. And at least I have the decency not to continue to repeat myself.
Clearly, you don't want to enforce the border laws, because that's what I've said.
No, what I don't want to enforce is your president's nonsense. That's what I don't want to. Come on, man. You guys know that this policy is ass backwards. Plain and simple. You guys know this policy is inhumane. Plain and simple. Like, if you just take yourselves out of it for just a moment, take off the lenses of bigotry for just a moment, and imagine if this was happening to kids.
Name calling.
Yes, we are. I'm calling this process, this procedure is absolutely based on bigotry and fear-mongering. If you don't understand that your president announced his campaign by talking about building a wall to keep your president
Angela.
Keeping not mine. I will never claim a bigot ever. Now let me just finish because I know you're off on a red herring. I know you're off on a red herring because you're losing the debate. So let me just finish this point for you. He started his campaign.
You're rude.
Come on, dude. I'm not screaming. The only person that's rude is you because you're so afraid for me to get to the comma because the debate ends at the comma, dog. This is over. You have nothing to add except for asking me if I'm Canadian, and no, I'm not. I wish I could tell you where from Africa my ancestors came from, at least part of them, but I wouldn't know because the same bigots who are sending people back away from their children are the ones who brought my ancestors here on a ship.
Then where?
Congratulations.
I mean, if he's not your president, then who is your president?
You want to stay on that point because it has nothing to do with child separation.
We both know what Angela's point is. She says she doesn't accept Trump's politics, but obviously he's the president of the United States. Everybody knows that. And let's end this on one fact. We just heard from a senior HHS official that they told the Trump administration, if you do this, you're going to separate families and it's going to be bad for kids. And they did it anyway. That's one of the facts that sheds light on what this has been about from the beginning. Jason, Angela, thank you very much. Try to have a smile sometimes.
And let me just say this.
You see that, right? Right, she up there talking about Africa, and she's damn near the same color as them. She's lighter than the white guy on the right. Somebody tell me I lied. She's actually lighter than the white guy on the right. You look at it, she's lighter than him. But she gets to say, I wish I could tell you where my family from in Africa. Really? 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 That's what you said? But you just told that man you're going to do a genealogy on him. Wouldn't your genealogy tell you where you from in Africa? Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Now that dude got the most fucked up head and neck area I done seen in a minute. His whole demeanor looked like he was drawn together. Like this is a caricature of what he would really look like. It's not what he really looks like. He look a mess. They got the worst looking conservative they could find. But that was the point. I'm not trying to be funny, but you guys have to understand what theater is. Theater has to make what guy on the other side cannot, because we know that America is shallow. We know that people are shallow. If you put a handsome guy as a Republican, you'd have a problem. If the handsome guy was on here being shouted down by the black bitch, then you would feel like the black bitch is out of control. But even when you think the black woman's out of control, you look over there at him and you like, yeah, man, but he deserve it. Look at his face. He deserves it. This is a horrible looking person. He deserves what he's getting. His family's been raped and maimed. They deserved it. They was all ugly like him. And for as much as a joke as I'm making, how many of you guys know that I'm telling the truth? For as much of a joke that I'm making, the truth of the matter is people actually feel that way.